you know when you sow and not reap is a mockery to God? When you invest and not harvest is a mockery to God. That is why Galatians 6:7 said, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You are supposed to reap when you sow. You are supposed to harvest when you invest. You are supposed to uproot when you plant. But there is a power that stands against your harvest. There's a power that stands against your lifting. There's a power that stands against your investment. So you are doing a business, nothing is coming. You are a young pretty lady, nobody's looking at you. You did all kinds of jewelries, ornaments, nobody's looking at you. Am I communicating here? Because there is something, and you must understand that you must deal with it spiritually, not the physical adornment. The Bible says they put on clothes and they put on mascara on their eyes. No mascara. He said they put mascara on their eyes. It's in the Bible. He said they put mascara on their eyes. He said, but they are hated. They are despised. In other words, she dresses like that, hoping to be appreciated. He said, but hated. It's there. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. Bring up the Message translation. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. Message translation. Jeremiah 4 and verse 30. Now look at the screen so that you don't say I wrote it there. Look at the screen. 1, 2, go. And you, what do you think you are up to? Dressing up in party clothes, decking yourselves out in jewelry, putting on lipstick and rogue and what? And what? And what? Mascara. He said your pimping goes for nothing. You are not out to seduce anyone, they are out to kill you. You wear mascara thinking you'll be appreciated, somebody hates you more. The more you try to be loved, the more you are hated, because there is a power fighting your harvest. There's a power contending your harvest. There's a power that says no matter what you sow, you can't repeat. That devil is a bastard devil. Am I communicating now? Because God is about to show up for your sake. There are many of us who have come to that point, that breaking point. You know you are close to something big, something good. You are always close to almost. They almost signed the deal. They almost approved the contract. Somebody promises you and you're already spending the money in your head. Do you know that? I remember that thing happened to me. Lord Jesus. Someone promised to support. So I carried the money. I sowed as a seed. I put everything out there. Only for the person to tell. You see, there are lots of checks in my house that I don't cash. You give me a check, I will never cash it. I'll drop it somewhere. Not because I have so much, but because my heart has been so disconnected in trusting men after that experience. This person will call me, I'm in the bank, I will call you, network, I'm in the bank. I said, no problem. He will call again the next day. Oh, sorry, I was in the bank. They called me that this happened to my company. So I came outside. I'm on my way to the bank. I'll call you. He had promised that God spoke to him to give some heavy money in dollars. Heavy money. Over $1 million. So in my head, I have finished that money. I've paid tithe in my head. I've dropped prophet offering in my head. I've dropped kingdom investment in my head. I've dropped money for orphans and widows in my head. In my head, I've bought my wife something in my head. I wanted to embarrass her. I just walked to her and said, it's not you, take money. In my head. When the man was not dilly-dallying, I just have, from that day, if I'm praying for you, say, Apostle, if this thing come, I say, hey. Don't try that nonsense here. What? Don't. It's called a vow. A vow. Keep it in your heart. Don't confuse my mind here. Don't confuse my mind here. Let me pray for you. And why? Because not that the man, I don't know, not maybe he had a good intention, but men at their best are still men. Men at their best are still men. That is why I said God is not a man for him to lie, because men lie. consciously or unconsciously. Men fail deliberately or unintentionally. Men disappoint consciously or unconsciously. He says, Paul said, the more I try to love you, the more I see myself not love. There is a power fighting harvest. Are you aware? If harvest is to show up, many of you cannot be where you are. You can't be the same house where you are. People serve for 20 years. People serve for 35 years. People, and at the end, they have pension. There are many of you looking at me now. If your harvest is to manifest, you would have been a distributor at this point of your life. If your harvest is to manifest, you have been a supplier. If your harvest, there is something fighting your harvest. He said, labor, keep laboring. He comes back to square one. In the book of Haggai chapter 1, he said, you have gathered and it ends up in bag with holes. You gather money. Are you aware, sir? Are you aware? Are you aware? If you are to take note of every cash that has passed through your hand from January till now, it has been a lot. But you don't know what happened. As money come, problem comes. As money come, trouble comes. As money come, challenge comes. As money come, in fact, the money you are expecting now is to solve a problem that has already... Yes, because there is something until you become angry to know that this should no more be a pattern of life. This should no more be a struggle. Last 2 years you struggle to pay rent. Last year you struggle to pay. Must it continue that you keep struggling to survive, struggling to live? Because there's a power fighting your harvest so that you can stay on the same spot. You can stay on the same level. You can be in the same realm. Everybody hearing me today, every power fighting your harvest, power standing to mock God's grace on you, will be frustrated today. Be seated, be seated, be seated. Be seated. Be seated. Power fighting your harvest. Power contending your harvest. Power contending. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 15. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 15. It says, there was found in it a poor wise man. By his wisdom, he delivered the city. Yet no man, no man, by his wisdom, he delivered the city. By his wisdom, a city was delivered by one man's wisdom. A whole city delivered by one man's wisdom. But at the end of the day, no man in a full city. You don't understand what I'm talking about. A city was going into damnation. A city was going into expiration. A city was about to be wasted. One poor man gave a counsel. When the city got elevated, not one person remembered him. Today there is a God in heaven. I know. You made some mistakes. I know. There are altars in the family. I know. There are forces fighting your background. I know. But sir, no matter how many things wrong, there must be something you have done right. No matter how many things wrong, there must be something you have done right. There was a time you prayed now. There was a time you fasted. There was a time you loved the Lord. There was a time you opened up to God. Akobarate, Inkasa. God will show up and will speak for you where prayers failed. God will show up and speak for you where fasting failed, where everything failed. God will show up for you. Because of time, one element you must initiate to deal with the powers contending harvest, you must frustrate the spirit of the Midianites. Everyone who wants to see harvest must deal with the Midianites. There is a power called the spirit of the Midianites. Who was Midian? Midian is a child of Keturah. Keturah was that woman Abraham married after Sarah died. When Sarah went to heaven or went to be with the Lord, Abraham married Keturah. And Keturah was the mother of the Midianites. So the Midianites are that genealogy. But there was something about the Midianites. The Midianites were nomadic in nature. You know nomads. Those who move about with their cattle and the rest. And if you know there's something about the nomadic people, they are very conscious of possessing locations. And that's what we're having today. Yes. And that's why I tell people that for the killings and all to stop in this country, it will continue unless we understand that carry your cattle, ranch them. Cattle business is private business. It's not government business. When open grazing it becomes a federal crime. Look at the problem in Benue. They stand under this moving cattle about. They like dominance. So the spirit of the Midianite is the spirit of dominance. What do? If you read Judges chapter 6 from verse 1 to 3, they will wait for Israel to plant. They will wait for Israel to sow. Once it's time for harvest, the spirit of the Midianite is the spirit that waits till the day of harvest. It will allow you struggle. It will allow you toil. It will allow you raise your children. But once it is time for harvest, it comes. It waits patiently. It watches your planting season. You weed off every tear. You weed off everything that stands against you. It waits. When it's time to reap, Akoshata is the spirit of demonic surveillance, satanic surveillance. Are you aware that Job was under demonic surveillance? When God brought the issue of Job to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Satan would have said, who is Job? On the spot, he responded, does Job fear you for nothing? In other words, I have been watching Job. And guess what he said? You have built a hedge around. For him to notice the hedge, he has attempted him. There is something called demonic surveillance. Children are going to school, they are watching them. Children are writing the exam, they are watching them. They are going through the motions of being raised up, waiting for one day when the mother and the father is supposed to now sit down and enjoy life. Sit down and enjoy reward. Sit down and watch the children become great. They come for them. If you are here, or you are hearing the sound of my voice, you will not build and another inhabit. You will not plant and another reap. You will not sow and another harvest. As you hear the sound of my voice, every one of you, I decree the power of the Midianite, the power waiting for your day of harvest, the power waiting for your day of reward, today is grounded. 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 You serve a dead God. You serve a mighty God. He's the same yesterday. He's the same today. He's the same forever. When God says yes, no man can say no. When God lifts you up, no man can bring you down. God is on your side. Power is on your side. Glory is on your side. Favor is on your side. Somebody shout fire. Somebody shout fire, fire, 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 fire. Be seated. The spirit that wants you to keep beginning again. A woman, is it a woman they call it? Yeah, a Billy or something. A man was building a house. Now, listen, he told me this. He stopped building. Stop building. He started the house. It's from a woman. He started the house in Lagos, a part of Lagos. As he raised the building, decked it, as he roofed it, by the next day the building came down. Everything came down. So he was distraught, discouraged, gathered himself, raised it up again, decked it. This time he was extremely careful. Let's avoid. There was really no problem before. As he roofed it again, building came down. So he told his wife, he said, leave it. Let's build at home. Started in a way, raised it, decked it. As he roofed it, building came down. Now, these are two locations, two extant, separate, apart locations. You see, when you see repeated repeated impoverished living as a coincidence, Satan takes advantage of it. Impoverished living repeatedly. You see it as a coincidence. It's a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It's a coincidence. No, sir! It's not a coincidence. Even if it should coincidence, let it coincidence positively. Why must it coincidence negatively? Am I communicating now? Why must you miscarriage? Why didn't the single child turn to twins? Why must you always think on reverse? Why must it be negative? Hey! And I prayed with him. And when he said that to me, he said, I don't want to build. I just feel there's something that I say, yes. There's a power that waits. You will buy the land. Waits. You will lay the foundation. DPC, lintel, you deck, you roof, and it comes for you. It's the spirit of begin again. I decree. Whatever you've started, you will finish it. Whatever you've started in your life, I decree, receive grace to finish it.
Hello, hope you were blessed with this powerful message by Apostle Johnson Suleman. To keep getting powerful messages like this, please subscribe to this channel. Believe me, you will not regret being here. We promise to give you powerful and inspiring messages from God's servant, Apostle Professor Johnson Suleman. God bless you.